Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Unsealed and Revealed. And welcome to our new time slot, our new show time, Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. Welcome. I am Jeff May. I am your host, and I am so excited to be here. And I have with me, as always, our friendly neighborhood six-scale enthusiast / expert and all-around galactic crime boss to know, Guy Klender. Guy, how you doing, bud?
I am doing spectacular, and I cannot wait to show this off to you, Jeff. It's amazing.
I'm excited to see it. Just conceptually, when we looked at it last week, because this was last week's reveal, I was very excited. And I had to wait an extra day because it was Monday last week. But now we're on Tuesdays, and I am here for it. Now, of course, we have our moderator, the galaxy's most lethal Sith apprentice herself, Darth Cassidy, over on the ones and twos. And she'll be taking your questions, comments, and concerns through all the live channels that we have. Cassidy, how you doing down there?
Doing good, doing perfectly evil with the dark side.
You know what? I like it. Good job. Now, today we are looking at last week's surprise reveal, and that is the Darth Maul 6-scale from Hot Toys from Solo. Now, if you have watched the show previously, you know that Guy and I are huge Solo fans. I loved seeing Darth Maul appear in this movie, and I am so excited that we have this coming. Now, in case you've also missed it, we have a new segment at the end of each show where we will reveal next week's unsealed item. Now, we don't even know what producer Alan is going to spring on us, and I know last week's reveal obviously caught us all by a huge surprise. So at the end of the show, we will get next week's unsealed and revealed items, so make sure you stay tuned because we want you to join in the fun with our new show contest that we're calling Guess the Reveal. We're not calling it like that way, but, you know, we can. Now, if you make a guess in the comments section during this show when I prompt you, that's a very important part, and you are the first person to get it right, you'll win an exclusive Sideshow pin that the lovely Guy will show you right about now. There it is. He's Vanna White Guy. There, look at that. I stand New York, don't we all? Look at that. I like how quietly you did it too. So nice of you, Guy. So you can win that. All you have to do is be the first person to guess what the next reveal is going to be. There are a few basic rules. Of course, you have to be the first person to get it right, and there is only one winner. You have to be a resident of the United States that is 18 years or older. And I can't stress this part enough. Do not start guessing until I say so. No guesses before my prompt will count. Now, for complete contest terms and conditions, visit side.show/contest, and we will announce the winner's name at the end of the show, and Cassidy will be in touch with you about receiving your prize. Now, as you can see, before we get going, I just want to let you know that just like normal, Guy is back in the studio, and he is feeling great. Right, Guy?
I'm feeling fantastic.
You look fantastic.
Well,
and I got to say, I'm digging the hoodie.
Oh, thank you.
It looks good. Now, we are, of course, continuing to practice social distancing and being safe. My man, super producer Sam, is behind the camera more than 6 feet away. He's wearing a mask, and no one else is in studio with Guy. And as always, we are doing our best to ensure the good health of ourselves and others, and we hope that you are too. Now, as much as you all tuned in to hear me go over rules, I would much rather have us crack this baby open. So, Guy, let me stop talking.
All right, let's take a look. This is the Darth Maul DX-18. And this is the first DX that Jeff and I have had on the show, and I'm very excited to show it off. For those that may be new to what the DX are, these are their deluxe, and they're just the packaging and everything else is all done a little bit differently. So let's take a look. That photograph there on the front is of the figure.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's good looking, man.
With the crimson logo emblem on him there. Okay, that embossed Star Wars. I love how that's catching the light. All right.
They really nailed that sort of Ray Park as Darth Maul there.
Oh, they did.
Knocked that out of the park.
Then we're going to slide this off here. Okay, that's
okay.
Bam. And look at the intensity on the eyes there. I love this
Maul
look.
He's such an intense character, and I really love that they sort of resurrected him after his would you call it? A bifurcation? What would you...
I think so. I mean, when this character was first revealed in the original Phantom Menace, we all lost our minds. When we saw him at the end of Solo, we lost our minds. And now we get to do it a third time here on our revealed show, which is pretty cool.
And the Clone Wars return was...
another one, yeah. So he just...
And with friend of Sideshow and friend of the show and personal friend, Sam Witwer, rocking the voice, too. It really nailed it.
Now, as you can see, this is that wraparound. So his saber goes to the other side, then showing the DX18 on it. Your credits like so. Now, much like we've seen in, say, the Iron Man ones, this is going to slide out and off. Now, we're going to switch to the upper camera for this one.
Shiny.
And that is because how it's done on here is pretty incredible. What they have done with it. Okay, come on, you.
Well, at least you know it's not going to like fall out.
Exactly, it's not going to fall out on us. Well, they've there we go. Well,
like
the reason that this was a little harder to pull out, I want to say it again, is we're going to see a little special gift that they've given to you, and because I had taken off the little seal on it, it raised up a little bit, and that was the issue. And that is because, take a look at this, you are given a Crimson Dawn keychain.
Look at that. Now you too can be a galactic gangster.
Exactly.
Criminal.
So I'm going to hold that up for Sam to give me a little view there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So it's kind of fun.
And then it says Star Wars, Darth Maul on the back.
Yeah.
And then it's DX hot. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty cool. What a fun little guy.
So they've added that. So that's a neat little deal that they've done there.
Do you think that most people will put that on their keychain, or do you think they'll keep it in the box? Because
I think most will. I have taken off the little plastic covering that it had on there, which is why it kind of lifted there and stuck there.
It looks pretty fresh, though.
Yes.
I like it.
Now, so this is the top that you're going to have, and on the back, it has the foam protection. So I'm going to lift that off, and there we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now this is where the DX comes in. DX does a huge amount of stuff with the packaging.
Is that a fire print? Like, what is the what's that?
You would not technically a fire print. This is more like a muddled kind of a rag sponge paint for those who have ever done any theatrical paint stuff. It's that style done over
it's got
in the
very like raging fire vibe to the paint.
Now, we lift that off, and it will tell you on each layer what they are. This is head sculpt featuring authentic likeness. Now, once that is off, we get our next layer.
Oh.
Boom. And here is one of my favorites, and I'm going to tilt this up so Sam can get a close-up of what it says there. It tells you to make sure to read the instructions first. Okay, so even Hot Toys is telling you that. All right.
Do your homework.
Do your homework. And it is important on this guy here. So we're going to remove that little bit there that lifts up. Then we have our figure. Off to the side of the figure, we have our first tray, which is going to have our two holograms, his Crimson Dawn neck piece, and then our light up saber and our saber hilt. We lift that up. Then our Maul lifts up and out of the foam that he is in. I'm going to set him off to the side. And then our lower tray, we're going to open here. You can see, with the DX, there's a lot of fun packaging in the way in which it's all shown and laid out. The lower tray is going to have the special chair. This is gorgeous. It's also going to have your batteries. It has the tool for using and moving the individual eyes in the head sculpt. The base, your light up lightsaber effects, and then underneath is the stand. underneath the base is where you're going to get your user's guide.
Oh, what torture to have to go through all that stuff.
All of that to get to the user guide. But again, that's where it is, and it is very important to make sure that you take a look. We are going to go over all of the, I was going to say rules and regulations, but the precautions
That's
and
my
things like
job.
that to look. Yeah, exactly. That's what you're doing.
Now that this is one of those things too that we do want to make sure we add. It's really fun, obviously, when you get something like this, especially the Darth Maul. I know we're all waiting for it. And here's the deal, though. I know you want to crack it open. I know we want to play with it, but definitely here on Unsealed and Revealed, we always say this anyway. But read those instructions, because you never know what information you're going to get out of that in regards to the piece. So definitely do that. It's worth it, especially after the wait. And you probably spent some money on it. You're probably waiting a little while for it. Take an extra 10 minutes and read that booklet.
Exactly. Take that extra time. All right. Now I've taken Darth out of the foam layer that he is in. Inside that foam layer are going to be the 6 additional hands, 3 left and 3 right. In between the legs, there is also a bit of foam. Okay, so when you do lift the character out, there's that, and that is to protect the intricately done leg pieces.
And you said that's between the legs, huh?
Yeah, it's between the legs, and it is a piece that is placed in there to keep it safe, but it is not glued to the rest of it, so please don't worry about when you lift it out that you go, oh no, did I rip my packaging or anything? No, that is a loose piece.
That's like how I sleep.
Yeah, with one of those big foam buddy pillows or body pillows or whatever they call them.
Yeah, right in there.
Well, that's spectacular.
So I get it. Is what I'm
so you understand. All right, so let's take a look at a little bit of head to toe. The only thing that we've yet to do on this figure, right out of the box, the only thing that you need to add is the Crimson Dawn necklace that he wears, and that will require removing the head. I am going to pull out the accessories, that being one of them. All right.
Let's see that.
I'm going to show it to you, and then I'll do it first. It does have a very delicate little chain.
It is interesting. I bet we're going to get an almost exact 50-50 on people that are going to use that in their display.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to have your traditionalists who want the sort of more raging neutral Maul, and then your purists who are like, this is what this character is, and that's what I'm going to go for.
Exactly. Now, before we put that on, I do want to do a quick head to toe and look all the way down, because when we do remove the head, we're also going to talk about that moving eye feature on there. So let's just right now take a look at that portrait.
God, that looks so good.
Isn't that amazing?
Man.
And this is as it's featured in Solo. He did have a slightly different look. The face was a little fuller than as we saw in, say, Phantom Menace.
He's 20 years older.
Exactly. Yeah. But I like that they've done that. This is not a repeat. Okay.
No, yeah, this is a new sculpt, and God, it looks so good. What a wonderfully terrifying character Darth Maul is. And also, like, his horns have like a little bit more pronunciation in them, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm loving it. And I still love his up in the top of the ear ring.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. Okay, so thank you. While Sam has it there, we're going to take a look at that hood on the cape.
Yeah, just a shout out too, and this is something that we have mentioned before, but whoever is in cut and sew over there really knocked it out of the park, because the fabric and the outfits are just so good.
It does have a wire. Okay, I've just quickly laid it over top. This is a figure, because of how unique it is, and you are going to spend a lot of time playing with his costume, and depending on how you do it. But you do have that wire in there that will allow you.
When I graduated high school, my aunt got me a Darth Maul blanket.
Nice.
To take me to college because it was 1999 when I graduated because I'm old as hell. And and I still have that blanket with me. I still have it.
Well, we're getting into the cooler temperatures. Now you could snuggle up with your blanket as you play with your figure.
I absolutely
So there you go.
plan
So there you go.
Yeah, 100%.
So then let's now move down the figure there. You do have that the shirt is open to see those chest tattoos. Okay. You also see here, thank you for the close-up, Sam. That's fantastic. You're seeing the different fabric choices that are used. That leather that is the, as we know, the Jedi or Sith style of cloak, and then underneath the textured cloak. And that goes over onto the arms where it's done kind of as a stripe down the side.
Yeah.
And remember, when we see him in Solo, it's briefly and kind of a hologram thing, and isn't it? We don't see a lot of him. So this is neat that we've got a chance to see it. His belt has changed. It's still the wider belt, but this is different than it was in Episode 1.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. I'm gonna ask Cassidy real quick. I just realized we've already just been so enamored by this piece. Cassidy, do we have any questions on anything that we're not about to cover from the gallery there?
So far, not at the moment. You already covered our first question, which was about the robe being wired, which I believe Guy did say it was. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Oh, great. God, that is, the hood is wired, but there are more wired pieces, and we are going to continue on down the figure and talk about all of those. This is what a DX is. It means it's got a lot going on.
Look, man, this is a must-have. It's not. I don't always
for this one.
I don't always say that about every single piece that we do, but I'm looking at this now and I'm like, man, I feel like an idiot if I don't have this.
Yeah. You shouldn't feel like an idiot, but definitely. Well, I think if you've been waiting on this one, hopefully this is that deciding factor. You go, okay, yes, I'm getting him.
Guy, let me clarify. I always feel like an idiot.
So as we're talking about the robes, we do have that belt around the middle. This is that big wide style that that Maul had, but some different ornamentation on there. We're going to spin it around and take a look at the back of it. I am going to lift up that part of the cape. You see that it is attached there. Now it pretty much tells you not to be removing the outfit. This is not one that you would need to do that. No, it's not really that kind of.
We don't need shirtless Maul at this point.
No, there are other options for shirtless Maul, and this would not be one I would use that. Okay, now this lower piece, this is not wired. Okay, there's not a wire in that one there. Okay. Yeah. However, when we spin around to the front and see these parts of the robes, we do have wire in the front here, and we do have it in the lower.
Oh, an interesting choice.
Okay. So that's why I said there's a lot of wire. And then on that the under cape has kind of the 4 pieces. So when I lifted that back, those 2 are wired as well. And yes, you're kind of getting to see what is going to be one of our most unique Dreadwatch reveals ever on the show.
I would think so.
I would think so. But as you can see, those are going to be your wired sections. Okay, so the wired sections are the one that kind of have that leather-like look to them. Okay, so you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you also have that front one that can be done as well. All right, so that's 4 that you've got there. I am going to kind of lift them all up to show off the
those
incredible
legs.
mechanical legs.
This was such an interesting reveal that we saw in Wars when they sort of brought Maul back into continuity, and you see that he's sort of kept together by sort of that rage and that hate, and his storyline is so fascinating. So to see him be like officially recognized in a live action movie again, like in Solo, I mean, to me that was a very surprising and very exciting thing to see.
Oh yeah. So one of the things that is going to be in your user's guide is that you see all of those little wires and all. Those are real wires, and they are going to be delicate when you move them. So it's telling you to, when you do move them, to be cautious with it. And of course, I know that our viewers would.
Yeah,
As you can see, when I move it there, you can see the cables on the front move. Okay.
I mean, that's
so I
just
do
the,
have.
on that.
Yeah,
oh, and so we can move them to the side as well.
Oh yeah. So I mean, let's take a look when I move this one here. See that cable movement. Okay.
That's incredibly impressive, but also an example of like, hey, be careful.
Yep. And you know, we're pretty close here. You ready?
Yeah. Give me that tread.
Bam. Okay. Most unique one we've ever done. Mechanical feet.
Look at that.
Crazy. But again,
I mean, technically, Alita also had mechanical feet, right?
You're right. You're right. She did too. Okay, so it's our second mechanical feet. These are a little clunkier than hers were.
You know, I feel like Iron Man would also have mechanical feet.
Yeah, but those were mechanical boots.
I'd say that these are, yeah, no, but this is absolutely fantastic. This, oh God, it looks so good.
You'll see that, as I said, it is a full ball joint on the feet. Be careful when you're moving them around. And then you also do have that toe movement. Okay, for his toe tapping action.
Yeah, there you go. So here's a good song in the cantina that he's sort
exactly.
of,
If he does that, there you go. Yeah. All right.
Maybe figurehead and the modal nodes start playing in the back.
How could you not toe tap and dance a little bit?
Right.
All right. So what I'm going to do now is remove the head. I'm going to put the necklace on, and then we're going to do a close up here with moving some of the eyes around. All right. You'll notice that the head, when I removed that, is a very different style.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Okay, this isn't that peg. This is magnetic.
Oh.
Okay. This gives us some
now,
real unique.
Do you think this is a sign of things to come?
I think so. I think
so.
I think you're definitely going to see it in the DXs. Anything moving forward in the DX line, I think we're going to see this way. But I really think that this is going to be the new way.
Yeah, I will say this as a reminder. As a reminder, Guy and I do not work for Hot Toys, nor do we actually have any policy information about them. This is just us guessing.
Just us throwing out our own ideas.
Yeah.
But because it is a magnet, it makes it nice and quick and easy to put on.
Oh, that looks really good.
Okay, that necklace there. So you're not as concerned, okay? Now, because of the way in which this is done, and because of how easy it is with that magnet, please make sure to remove the head before you put that on, because this is metal pieces. It does have the long metal rods and the chain. This is not a kind of throw it over the head. There's no reason for you to worry about doing that and to fiddle with it. So please make sure that you do that. So I am going to remove the head here. I'm going to set Maul off to the side, and I'm going to allow Sam to just get an incredible close-up of the portrait right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay. Now, what we see in here, boom. Ah, great. So glad we got the light and the angle there. You see, those are the two little white backs of the eyes. What you're going to be given is this tool here, okay? And that there, you can use either side. You're going to see that there's a little prong on there. And you put those up and in. Move it to the eye itself. I'm going to just quickly move the...
Yeah, it's sort of like a gentle tool for eyes.
Mm-hmm. So I just moved one eye to look a little bit upward, but you can see how you have the independent to do. Now, this is a little different. We had ones when Hot Toys was first doing them, they would sometimes be connected. This is giving you a little bit more freedom, a little bit more precision in them. So again, they're just making stuff better every time they do it. All right. So as I said, you're going to spend a lot of time posing it. That's just one more thing when you can start fiddling with the eyes. I'm going to have to not be looking straight down into light, my light box here when I fiddle with the eyes and get those correct. But I do want you to see that. Love this figure. Crazy good. All right, I'm going to set him here, and we're going to pull out our next couple of accessories.
Go on.
Okay, now, these are holographic pieces, but these are larger than we have seen in our other versions of the holograms. Okay, you can see they're a much larger piece. Okay, the Maul stands about 2.5, 3 inches high, and she is, I'm going to say she's about just under 2.
Oh, yeah, look at that. I like that. I like them both. I think they both look really cool.
I think it's very neat to see them. Now you see that this has Maul posed on this unique chair, which is the next accessory to show off.
Yeah, this is a cool one. I do like
this. This is beautiful. I'm going to move the holograms up and just a 360 of this here, and then I'm going to tilt it so you can see the fabric, or what appears to be fabric.
Yeah.
On it. Okay. Great metal texture on there. Done a couple of different washes to give it a slight different color and to really allow the details to pop. And then here you've got that pad. Sam's going to go pretty close up. You can see that texture.
Now, what's that pad sort of made? Like, I mean, I'm not saying
it
made
looks
out of.
As yeah, you'd swear it's fabric, correct?
It looks like canvas or something. Yeah.
It's not. This is. Can you hear that?
Really?
Yep. It's got a little bit of cushion to it, but this is a sculpted. That's a sculpted.
Good for them.
That's a sculpted piece. All right. That just looks absolutely amazing. As much as we're used to seeing Darth Maul flying around and attacking people, he looks pretty intense in a seated position as well. Now, this is the next biggie. On that lower tray, we have that the eye tool that we talked about. You're going to have your stand. That's where you also have the chair, and that's where we get into our lightsabers themselves.
Now, we've seen lightsabers, these motion sabers. I mean, we saw them predominantly. We saw that in, I believe, a Vader, as well as we also saw it in, I believe, the Luke that we saw.
This is the motion sabers has become a new thing, and this is the first time we're seeing 2 of them.
And perhaps we saw this on Count Dooku's lightsaber.
You know, I've been waiting all show for that. All right. Yeah. So thank you for doing that. All right. Yeah. And so those are our 4 effects. This here is the saber.
The lightsaber.
Okay. Very unique design on there. Still a little broken and busted on the large curve. And then you have that kind of aluminum shine on the other, on the base part. Okay.
Do you remember watching the trailer for episode 1 and you saw him turn the one on and you're like, whoa, and then you see the other one come by and you're like, what?
Do I remember? I'm one of those that camped out in order to see the trailer, and I'm one, if people have seen certain documentary films, will see a very nerdy guy run out of a theater, arms flailing, leaps over a bush to tell his friends, oh my God. And that was based on that scene. So yes, I am familiar with that scene. Now the next piece I want to show is going to be the light up one. Okay, this comes on its own arm. Okay, reason being is there's wiring going through.
We've seen this before.
We have seen this before. And when you get one of these, this is definitely the part I'm hoping, and so is Hot Toys hoping, that you do read those instructions, because the range of motion on these is going to be a slight bit less because, of course, it has the wiring. Also, you're not removing and swapping hands on this one here.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that thing it has electricity in it. Be careful.
Correct.
Like, you don't want to mess it up.
Right. Now you'll see that I'm moving the back part of the glove, and that is on purpose. On the back of it, looks like a seam, okay, of the glove, and that is actually where it opens. So you are going to open and remove that, okay?
Sure.
It slips over, and that's where you have your battery compartment, okay? Now, the only tool you're going to need for this particular figure is going to be a small screwdriver, okay? And you see that's where we've got it. What I'm going to do now is turn this on.
When you say small screwdriver, do you mean like an eyeglass? Like
Yes,
for an
one of the eyeglass screwdrivers that you may have seen me using. Yes, one of the small ones. You see it's pretty small and pretty delicate that you're going to need for that. Okay, now you see right up here is the joint in which you connect it. Now we're not going to be doing that live here on the show because this is one, if you do choose to go with the light up element, give yourself some serious time because you want to slowly make sure to do it. But in your user's guide, it is going to tell you and show you exactly how to remove and swap out the arms. You see on the lower part, that's the range of motion I was talking about, with the 150 and the 70 degree on that. It's also showing you how you swap them out over here, okay? Just be delicate and take your time. This is fun. Enjoy it. All right, so I am going to turn the saber on. I am going to turn off my lights here. Sam is going to turn off my studio lights.
And we are going to get ourselves one lit saber. Lit saber.
All right. So as we see, two light up points. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put standard in one side. Okay, so you can see how that goes. Okay, obviously having the warmest part down closer to the blade. And on the other side, just for reference, we're going to put in the other side. This is going to be the motion. Obviously, when you're going to be posing yours, you're going to have it both with motion or both with straight. But you'll see there is.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Okay.
I love those motion sabers.
The motion sabers are a really neat addition that they've done with these that really brings a lot of life to the figure.
And this is one of those situations where I would say that the video that we do, I don't think gives justice to the motion saber as much as when you see them in real life too.
Correct. There's something about even the small studio lighting and everything else that we have on right now that they don't really, as you said, do it justice. But this is what you can do with it. Okay, so you do have the motion ones or the solid ones. Now seems to be maybe a very good time to ask Cassidy if there are any questions basically regarding, like, say, the eyes or the sabers.
Guy, thank you for bringing that up because I was literally about to do that.
Okay.
So
I didn't mean
to
jump there.
I don't know. No, you probably don't have a clock directly in front of you, but yeah, it's about that time because as Cassidy is looking at those and compiling those questions, for those of you who are just joining us, we're looking at the Darth Maul 6 scale from Solo, a Star Wars story by Hot Toys, one of Guy and my own personal favorite Star Wars movies. It's, in my opinion, it's the most fun Star Wars movie. Now, also don't forget, if you like what you're seeing and you want to, make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell on our YouTube channel so you won't miss out on any of our content. If you enjoyed Spooktacular, then you're definitely going to want to make sure you get that notification bell. Guy, do me a favor. I want you to step to the side while we get that on camera so we can see it in the background. Excellent. Also, make sure you're following us on all social channels like @CollectSideshow on Twitter and @Sideshow Collectibles on Instagram to get constant notifications about giveaways or other content throughout the year. Now, as always, if you are a comic book fan, which I really hope you are, as you can probably guess by my background here, you're going to need to check out our weekly show, The Comics Hall with Amy and Paul. This is a weekly show that airs at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, also known as the New Comic Book Day, and that's live on all our social channels. You prefer podcast form, that you can catch the show on Thursdays on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and Cassidy is going to drop a link to that right about now. If you like Spooktacular, which of course you did, right? We think you're going to love our next event we have coming up, which is Geeksgiving, which is a week-long event with giveaways, discounts, game shows, and more, where we come together and celebrate the collecting community. Now, the dates are going to be the 19th through the 26th of November, and Cassidy is going to drop a link to register for that, like now, like probably right about now, right? Is that right, Steph? Is it now? It seems like now.
Yeah.
So now, Cassidy, you're going to, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, throw them at me now. But don't forget, we still are in a little bit. We're going to do those guesses about next week. So stick around. Cassidy, what questions you got?
So we did have a question earlier about what the legs are made of, if they are a combination of metal and plastic, or if they're just a type of plastic.
These are an all plastic leg, and I can do a few more close-ups if you'd like on those. We will do that in a second here.
Got it. Okay, perfect. And then we did have a question about the Pistons, if those move as well.
All right, what I'm going to do with that then is I am going to have Sam do a close-up, and we are going to do close-ups again of just the leg. Any other questions?
We are on the leg.
Any other questions that are not leg-based? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I was adjusting eyeballs and doing all kind of fun stuff.
Yeah. So while I have you there, yeah, move those legs around. Let me
right.
see what we got.
All right. On our range of motion, okay, this is a ratchet joint, which of course makes a lot of sense with a mechanical leg.
Now, don't forget, Guy, that we have we had Sam on you tight, so we lost you first.
As you see, we get a good range of motion there. You can also that way see that knee move. Okay, you were asking about the Pistons, so since he's got a close-up there, let's take a look at what moves and how it moves when we do that.
I mean, that's a pretty impressive. It looks like it's mostly the wires.
Mm-hmm. It's the wires that are doing it that are giving it that animated look to it.
Yes, of course.
But it's, to me, I like the little thing in the back here that looks like he just has to test the air pressure.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get kicked by that.
No, I wouldn't want to get kicked.
That seems like a standardly brutal feeling.
Yes.
Let's Cassidy just sent me a message saying some people are asking to fix the eyes.
Yes, that's what I was working on.
It's just very funny because like those eyes are wonky the way, because you moved the one.
Yes, I just moved the one, and I'm trying to show you everything. So of course I'm not finishing all of the things. Terry would be so disappointed in me.
Ooh, yeah, that is a fierce look.
Okay, I'm obviously looking down onto the light board there while I was trying to adjust the eyes, and I don't think I got it right back into the exact position. But
that's the fun part about this.
That's the fun part.
Like if you want to pose your Maul with cross eyes,
you can. He's just experience something rough, but know that you can. So real quickly, I just kind of did a little fast to try and fix there. Since we've got it there, let's take a look at range of motion. All right, when we lift our arms, we get above 90 there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so he's dabbing now?
I was going to say, do you like that dance move? Remember, between my Rockstar, Clone Trooper and this, I got a band going pretty soon.
Yeah.
All right. You've got good range of motion here on the waist. All right. Now, because of there's a bit of padding and the multiple layers of cloth, it is going to be a little snug when you're moving it, but know that you can. Okay, let's talk about the hip joints. All right. And move those. And again, giving much more motion in the ability to, with the wire, move so many of the bits of fabric. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. I think there are 10 places where there is wire in the fabric. So just a massive amount on that. Okay.
It seems like a lot.
Yep. You can turn the leg like so. Okay, so these are kind of the joints that we've been used to seeing in the places of motion. If you are going to pose him kind of up and flying around, you are in luck, because one other thing we didn't show off here is,
look at that,
our base. Okay,
yeah.
This has a screw-in dynamic stand. Okay, sometimes they're clipped. It does have on the front nameplate.
That's Darth Maul, it says.
Yep.
For those at home.
So it'll screw in there like so, and then you have your standard grab that you will adjust, and with a small screwdriver. That same eyeglass screw that you used to put the batteries in the arm, you'll use that to attach that where you need it. Okay, did I semi-fix the eyes?
I think you're. I did you? You're looking at it,
little
Guy.
closer here. Oh, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself.
Well, that's good. That's good, because this is a live show.
Yeah.
So it's best to talk to yourself, and then just let the fans figure it out. You know.
Yeah. So
They can get there.
you know, okay, Cass. Any questions that we have on any of the pieces that are with this guy?
We did have a question. Are the hand peg covers removable, like the first Maul? From Michael on Facebook.
He wants to know, probably he wants to know about how am I changing out the different hands, and whether it sounded like he was saying something about the pegs.
Yes, I believe
All right,
so.
so I'm going to move one off to the side. Section 2 of your user's guide is going to be telling you how to do the hands. You remove the one, you remove the cowl, and then let me show you what the peg looks like. Okay, it is that standard peg that we've seen. Okay, hopefully that answers that.
That directly answers that.
Hopefully that answers that question.
Yep.
And inside, there is a small piece that is inside the cowl. Again, why they tell you to read the instructions and why I'm telling you is little intricate small details like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to move this hand off, because the last thing that we have not shown, this is up in the foam sections of the figure, is the additional hands. So let's put those out. Okay.
Yeah, you see there's 8 total sets of hands,
8,
right?
Yep. So we're going to lay them out, and they are a repeat on the right and the left. This is, when you have this many pieces to show off, it's well, there's a reason they're called a DX. There's a reason it's the deluxe, and there's a reason I absolutely love them. All right, let's take a look there. Okay, you're going to have what we'll call the force hands.
Yeah, you get that force push going.
Okay. Dark side of the force, kind of more open push. We have the gripping hands for the saber, and then a more relaxed style hand.
I'm guessing that's for like the sitting and chilling on the.
Yes, this is more your hands on the knees, sitting. And then the ones that he comes with are a little more loose grip. Okay? So those are the different hand options. Now, and then of course you also have the gripped hand with the light up saber. But that hand doesn't come off, remember. That's the thing to not forget. Don't try and do that. All right. Does that answer that one, Cass, hopefully?
Yes, it totally does.
Oh, okay, great.
I think so. Now, that being said, my alarm has just gone off. I set an alarm, Guy, and that alarm specifically is because we are going to now, I'm going to begin. I haven't prompted yet, but I'm about to open up our segment of Guess the Reveal. Eventually. So right now, you hear it? This is my alarm. There it is.
Oh, I like that.
Do we? It's fine. So that being said, producer Alan is going to reveal to us what we're going to be doing next week. But now I am prompting you to guess. And at the end of the show, Cassidy will tell us who the winner is, which is very exciting. So we will get to that in a bit. But so you've been prompted now. It is legal for you to guess. I will not get angry. I will only be excited and happy for you in those guesses. So don't be afraid to go off in the chats to get that guess while Guy is setting up our seated Maul.
Yes. Yeah. Now the chair itself does have a bit of indentation for the legs on the one side, so you kind of know what side to sit them on. I'm just quickly doing it because we've got that. We've got our guess the reveal, and we've got all of this other stuff to show off with this figure that I don't want to deny anybody anything on this stuff.
I like that there's the Maul hologram, the Maulogram, because I feel like that works really well for like if you are getting a sort of companion piece with that as well.
Yes.
That's really cool. I like it.
So
it's like one of those, like, they didn't have to, but they did.
No.
And I like it.
So just so much going on with this. So Jeff, I have no idea what it's going to be.
I don't either. I don't.
Are you telling me that now is the time I should look?
I mean, it's one of those situations where I still have to get confirmation from Cassidy that we actually have a winner.
All right.
And we don't need a name yet, but just whether we have a yes or a no. Cassidy, do we have an official winner yet?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Oh, good. That just means I get to play more.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. That's how we're going with this.
Yeah, let's see. We talked about the different. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, 11. 11 different places with the wire. So probably the most we've seen in wire cape posing.
That's pretty impressive. That is really rad. I like that a lot. So I want to talk. Did you watch Solo in preparation for this?
Oh, I watched Solo a lot. It doesn't have to be in preparation for the show, but I did indeed again. I love that movie. It's you and I have had more than one conversation about that. We just like how fun it is.
It's very, very fun. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I never understand if anyone's like, I didn't like that movie. I'm like, well, then you're just not fun. Now
apparently
quick,
yeah, I'm not a fan of fun things.
Cassidy, if we do not have a winner yet, I am going to officially authorize one hint of your choice. Do we have a winner yet?
We don't have a winner yet. I do have a hint in mind. And the hint that I will give is just one word, Excelsior.
Oh, well, that seems like a pretty, I mean, I feel like I know what it's going to be.
Could this be what I think it is?
That is a good hint, Cass.
Thank you. Let's see who gets it.
There it is.
Jeff, I'm telling you, this guy is so neat.
I love the character. I was so bummed in episode 1 when I felt like they kind of like wasted him a bit.
Well, they do this great character, and you're like, wait, no.
They just. By the way, guys, I'm going to need you in the comments to be specific, right? Is that right, Cassidy?
Yes, and actually, speaking of which, we do have a winner now.
Oh, okay. We do have a winner. So once we do that reveal, Cassidy will announce who the winner is.
All righty. Reveal time.
Are we doing reveal time? Do we have confirmation that now's the time to reveal?
I have been given a thumbs up from a window about 40 feet away. At least it looks like a thumbs up. All right. Here we go.
Let's go. And we have Stan Lee for
Barber Stan Lee. Oh, and I love the big packaging. We saw that they did this kind of style, which was, I think, the first episode you and I ever did together was Stan Lee from Guardians.
Guardians 2, Stan Lee, yeah, right?
Check that out. And it's a...
Oh, I love that it's got that clamshell packaging.
Wow.
Are you trying to unseal and reveal it already?
No,
guys?
it's got bases and everything to it.
All right. Well,
this baby is going to be fun, guys. So we are going to have a lot of fun.
That's going to be what we are going to be taking a look at next week. So Cassidy, if you want to tell us who the lucky winner is that guessed that it is Stan Lee from Thor Ragnarok, why don't you go for that? Who was it?
Yes. So it was Zachary Oakland over on Facebook. Was the first one who said Barbara Stan.
Barbara Stan. Yeah, that was we, as you know, there are several Stans. So I did. I'm assuming we got a lot of people just yelling Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Yes, yeah, we had a lot of those.
I feel like the Excelsior hint. By the way, this is a pretty good hint.
Yeah, that's pretty. I'll say that's as good as a one-word hint as you could ever have.
Yeah. Excelsior. I got to interview Stan Lee one time, and he yelled that sort of into the microphone in my face, and I was like, oh cool, like I can die now, like I'm very happy now. So that being said, Zach is the winner of the I Stan New York pin. It's Zach, right? I didn't screw that up, did I?
Nope. Yep, that was correct.
Congratulations, Zach. I'm sure, Cassidy, that you are getting in touch with him, correct?
Yes.
So that is that. So I guess the last thing I can ask is, do we have any more questions, comments, or concerns about Maul?
At the moment, sorry, I was looking at something. At the moment, I see no questions. I think everyone got a little excited about the figure and the pin, but I think we covered everything.
Well, that being said, then I guess what we can do is we can get super amped for Stan from Ragnarok for next week. And that being said, Guy, how you feeling about this right here? This Maul?
This is a heck of a day. We've got this Maul is gorgeous, and now a reveal for next week. I'm having a really good Tuesday. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad. Tuesday's feeling pretty good lately. I like that, and I'm so glad we could be here, which is very exciting because next week I have 2 shows to have, because we're going to have Unsealed and Revealed, as well as a new episode of Sideshow, which is my personal podcast that I do on the show. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of a big deal. You guys know it. It's not a big deal, but it's like kind of a big deal. The episode that is up now is with J.G. Jones, one of my favorite artists of all time. It's really fun, and he's such a good dude. So that being said, I'm going to say thank you all so much for joining us, because you've been an amazing audience. Now, if you're interested in any of our giveaways, you need to check out our Sideshow art print channels on social media. Every Thursday, we preview our new prints that are coming in stock, and we give away one in celebration. Right now, we're giving away the How to Draw Your Dragon print. How to draw your dragon print. No, that's what it says. By Heather Edwards. The Protectors of the Universe hand-signed lithograph by Alex Ross, and the Ecto 1 print by Brian Rude. And Cassidy will drop the link for that right now. It's going to be now. It is now. That being said, thank you all for joining us. Don't forget that we are on Tuesdays, so you can see us at 10 p.m. Don't be that late. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time next week, Tuesday, November 17th, where we'll be taking a look at the Stan Lee from Thor Ragnarok, Barbara Stan, on Unsealed and Revealed. Thank you, Guy, for doing such a great job with that Maul.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Cassidy, for handling all of those questions there on the 1s and 2s.
Of course, thank you.
I mean, you're welcome. But of course, thank you all for watching. We do not have a show without you. I'm super excited to do this stand next week. I can't wait for it. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show. Bye.